We are live. We're here with
Terell Elmore. What's happening? How you doing?
Man, this is a long time coming.
Yes, it is.
This would be, I think, episode 202.
You've been grinding.
Just trying, man.
You done put a whole business together, man.
Man, well, it all started from you.
Yeah, I mean, shit.
You coming out to our damn flag football games recruiting.
Hey, man, if I get him, well, you see how it works.
Man, and that's what kind of what we were talking about earlier is like learning on the fly, but learning, from a legend.
Well, you see me do it when you didn't even have no kids. And where I was looking at in the break room, they don't know that we all work together.
Yep.
And it was Alaska Airline break room with a video camera.
Yep.
Looking at all these guys knew who all the kids was before they even got to know what's happening. They're like, ooh, he's filthy.
Yeah.
Look at this. Yeah.
And you like, that was the craziest part is like back then is watching you, like how invested you were into those kids. Cause I'm sitting there watching, like, who's this dude? Like he's over here just watching Little League football on his camcorder during his breaks.
That was my whole spiel.
Let us, for people who don't know, and not try to get too sidetracked, how long have you been coaching out here at CD?
Well, I stopped coaching about 4 years ago. But this is my 29th year down here. 29.
So you were here from the inception of
yes,
CD.
Yes, I was.
So from when it went to CAYA, you were here that first year.
Well, I wasn't with CA. I never was with CAY. I came in with the first year, 96, with Mr. Jackson. I really wasn't. I was just around. I didn't have a position per se. I was just around. And then the next year, I started coaching. I kind of feel, okay, well, I've been around. So I brought my nephew down here. And then the next year, it was like, man, you're just like we do. Dude, you're here and they listen to you. Man, come on. I'm like, jumped in. So it's a whole bunch that comes with that. And so I coach with Deshaun Carter and the Carter brothers is the ones. And Poncho, my boy Poncho, that brought me in.
Uh-huh.
And my job was to have the scrubs, as they say.
Yeah.
You take those guys over there. We have fun. I have fun with them because then nobody bothered me.
Yep.
And we had a whole bonding thing. And my goal was if you want to get up there with them guys, then you're gonna have to work to get up there. You needed me to get up there. I was the fun.
He's the guy. Well, that's a lot of people don't understand or remember is back in the day. It's like you would have at one age group 2 or 3 teams, right?
3 89er teams that first year. 3 89er CD Panther teams. We had, as they say, the rugrats. We had the leftovers, the picked over ones, and Deshaun and Willie and Derek. You guys were great at recruiting. That's one thing they were great at. They were gonna go find some kids.
Yeah.
And they were personable, so people wanted to play for them guys, man. And they had this field. This whole field was filled with people.
Man, I can imagine having 3 teams. I mean, our first year we had 50, and that was too much. I can imagine 3 teams. So one story you always tell, and I always like to tell other people, is that you always said back then, is like you started a thing with those kids that you would have on your team at halftime.
Yeah, guess who they were? Wani, Valentino, and D. Pickett, and D. Pickett was the youngest out of all of them. He was 6.
Oh.
And out here, during break, smeared a queer. And he's 6 years old, juking all the 8, 9-year-olds. You're like, ooh. And I kept, hey man, you might want to let him. Man, So I had this thing at halftime. Like I said, we had like 50 kids.
Yeah.
And it was like, my thing was, okay, well, halftime, that's all me. That was to get them out the way. The parents was bitching about them playing time, and okay, I go hustle up the other cats before the game.
Yeah.
Give me your guys, halftime, no referees, us, let's go.
Yeah.
And the halftime show became the show.
Exactly.
And that became Wani can really hit.
Yeah.
Wani can really run. D. Pickett, Valentino, those were my guys.
Yeah.
Where I broke in at, and they made me look good, and it was so they came up to be the younger monsters up there with the older cats. You kind of know where they're like, these guys can really play with these guys. But it became the show, and that was the thing of hustling the games at halftime. That was kind of my thing, and guess what it morphed into? The Pee-wees.
There you go.
That's where the Pee-wees came from.
See, we got history right here.
Yes,
You got a whole history lesson. So when you first, when I started here with you about 10 years ago, you were the 8U coach. And you have been doing 8U for how long?
I've always, until it's been 7 and 8.
Yeah.
So that was my thing. And my job was to fill the field up with kids.
Yep.
And it was like we played a brand of football that people liked, appreciated. We had a good rapport with the community, and kids came from everywhere. And that was kind of like, okay, well, we really want to keep Mr. Jackson. We really want to keep you here because we know once we get him, we can keep him, and that's kind of my thing, So I wasn't really tripping. I wasn't never tripping about moving up. That was never my thing. It was to me, it was like to develop. I like to develop and see where they want to. I didn't really believe in moving up the teams because kids grow. They never get a chance to explore those other positions. They'll always be alone. So, I like Mr. Jackson say, be around and look at
To me, I wholeheartedly agree that 8U, to me, was my funnest. The time I had the most fun was coaching 8U.
It really was the most fun. It was the pressure wasn't necessarily the pressure. Now there's this guy and this guy. We gotta, man, you got to get down here. Whoever the best kids was, we put them in the right positions, and they would learn. And if you didn't like that position, work your way out of it.
Man, seen it.
Make you a running back.
Exactly, and they do, yeah. In all those years, do you remember how many championships you done won?
I got 6.
You got 6.
But I probably have more second place because it was really, to be honest with you, and it's not a boast or nothing. Either I was going to win the championship, or you had to beat me to get to the get to the championship, or beat me in it. Either which way, it was going to have to see.
You're going to see Elmore.
You're going to see, you was going to see us.
That's another thing that one of the first things I remember you always saying. It's like, to get your championship, you're going to have to beat us, or you're going to play us in it. It's one of the two, isn't that? No, either if and ways about it. And you held true to that. And like, with that being said, it's like your legacy, around the Central District and on this field and with these kids and in this community is huge. Like, way more than I thought. Because I remember when Slim brought his son to you, and I came down here and watched you guys coach, and I'm like, oh, they got a little something over here. But then when I brought my son and I was able to see firsthand of what you've done and what you're doing and what you continue to do for the Central District and for these kids is super impressive. And, like they say, you got to get your flowers when you're here where you can smell them. I've always given you flowers, even if you ain't really knew it. But, bro, like, what is your legacy? What does it mean to you to have the type of legacy, or just the people that admire you around here for like everything that you've done? Because you just don't coach. You do all kind of other stuff too.
Well, I get that from my idol, Mr. Jackson. He took me under. I'm a type of cat. I always kicked it with the old cats, and I was never one who shied away from the old game. I kicked it. Mr. Jackson was literally my guy, my partner.
Yes,
you know what I mean? And I saw what he did, and I saw how he was revered, and I saw the respect that he had, and I had to make some lifestyle changes when I first got down here to even be respected like that. You know what I mean? So I look at it a couple ways. The CD Panthers saved my life, because I would have been doing, when you met me, my life just changed into working, and I was doing all other kind of shit, man, that wasn't, healthy,
Yeah.
being in the streets and all that shit. So when I came down here and it was just coaching, I was like, huh? And the parents taking to it, I couldn't be in there. So I got up under Mr. Jackson and my guy, and I'm gonna keep the legacy going, meaning there's no disrespect. I'm Mr. Jackson.
No.
That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. I carry his torch through me. That was my guy. And I don't mean that as no disrespect.
No,
I'm the new guy, and I look at it as I'm Mr. Jackson. And I really take heart to that, representing him and his family.
Yes, you do. And with that, to me, that was very well said, number one. But number two is another thing I want to keep bringing up, and a lot of things I remember about starting out here is you always saying, I don't give dap. You give all these kids hugs. And to this day, no matter who it is, no matter how long it's been, hey, coach, they come up and you don't give these kids, 5, you give them a hug. Why do you think you always have a good answer. I know what the answer is. But can you tell the folks, why do you do that?
Well, one, some of them ain't been hugged. Some of them is always, football's always hard, and you got to be hard, and you got to be this, and it's the turned up pit bull type mentality, right?
Yeah.
And it's cool. We need that during football time, but we also know that there's people missing at the houses, and they need us for certain other stuff. And that just became believe it or not, it became a thing. And once kids start seeing that, it's okay to get it. It's
Exactly.
Right. And some kids really need a hug. Really need, because we know, you're a football coach, and when your team, this kid didn't even come here for football. He came here for discipline. He came here because there ain't no daddy at home. The mama's tired of him being up. He need a man, and that's pretty much what it is. It's okay. It's okay to hug, and it's okay to cry, and it's all those good things. Sometimes you see that, man. Man, let that shit out.
Man,
right. It had to be, man, let it out. And once you tell them that, so the social emotional setup, I kind of got that from my wife because she's in that field.
Shout out to Nina.
Shout out to Nina. That there's certain things that they need that they're not getting. So that's where that came from.
I think it's a special thing because I've adopted that myself, and it feels good. And it's big grown ass kids coming up to you, giving you a hug. But like you said, it's a lot of these people need it. These kids, and some of these grown men need that stuff.
Right, but you see, even the hardest cats in the hood, it's funny, where it's just, they're like, huh? No, it's not no funny business. It's just man, I got love. We had a time together, man, and this man did something for me that I needed, right? And how many times they've been around you? Hold on, that's Coach right there, man. They could be the knucklehead of all knuckleheads, and if they respect what you did, they'll give you that respect. So I appreciate that. It took a long time to get that, though.
But what you've done and what you're doing is a long-lasting imprint on our community, on these young men, because what they're doing now is they're starting to come back, and they have been coming back for you. But me now, it's I'm 10 in now. I'm starting to see what you've created firsthand, and I'm seeing these coaches that he used to coach with, or I used to coach him, or so on and so forth. What does that mean to you when you see some of your former players or the parents coming out here giving back to these kids?
I love it. It's all community. It's all faith-based. It's all game-related. It's all, everybody comes back for the greater good of the kids and the community. And sometimes, man, they understand that this is a no. Whatever's going on in the streets, this down here is sacred.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I like that coming back here that, how could I say it? Sometimes I get emotional about that. So,
Man, you can say how you feel.
Well, for one, it's just when they come back here, man, it makes it feel like you've done your job. because like Mr. Jackson, I'm not going to be here. Shalea's not going to be here. Siobhan's not going to be here forever. You're not going to be here.
Yeah.
And my whole thing is just like he passed that on to us, I'm looking for the next. Who's going to be us now? Who's going to be Jamar? Who's going to be the next group? Really, we're just looking to pass this thing down because everybody has a time. In each organization, I just happen to be here.
Yeah.
It's just, to me, and I'll just be honest with you, I understand, just like Mr. Jackson, this is my legacy. You know what I'm saying? And that's not being cocky, that's not being nothing. I'll tell somebody that. Like, I really have a real seriousness about how this is cared for, how this is portrayed, how this is looked, because our names are behind it. Siobhan, Shalea, Nina, yourself, myself, and it's just like, you know, we want to see it. So yeah, I get kind of crampy about who's here and who's doing what and my opinions about where this is going, because I want to see it continue. I don't want to see it. It would hurt my heart to see this go away, because I would feel like a part of my heart would go away. I wouldn't know what to do. So
real talk,
that's when you talk about being emotional about. That's what I mean about CD Panthers.
Yeah, this time of year, if this wasn't around, man, it's crazy.
Well, if this wasn't around, just think about when you look at all, just quick flash of all these kids.
Bunch of them out here today.
What would and this is just the first week of this thing. So think about what they would be doing.
Yeah.
Think about the older kids that now they got decisions to make, right? They got this. Do I jump into this? Do I jump into that? And if they jump, you know, like I tell my daughter, your friends are going to dictate. If I see who your friends are, I can pretty much tell you. It don't lie.
Yeah.
Been around.
You've seen hundreds of them.
I've seen this. Okay, so the ratio tells me 75% of the time you show me your friends, I know what you're doing. You don't even. So that's what I mean by having this, what's important to this, and what Mr. Jackson's legacy, putting this thing down. And hopefully we get this park. My goal is to get this park named after him. I don't know. You know, and that's the thing, to be around all these guys smoozing with the mayor, and was the chief of police, and
they come down for these photo ops. Look at that.
So that's the new thing. That's what I would like to see. I would like to see, you know. And then you think about it is, this is the only show in Seattle, which is crazy. But that also tells you when you mismanage things and you take things for granted, God to take things away from you, man, when you're not being right, you know. So think about all these franchises, 50-year franchises, the Rainier Ravens, the Rainier Beach, the legacy set us, man. And what's hard to get back is something that's gone. How many times you done heard it's been the Rainier Cowboys, the Rainier Raiders, the Rainier Beach, the that, and the CAY tried to even bring, you know, these things. Once it's gone, it's just like a good relationship, man. If you blow it, you might not get another.
See what happened to our damn Sonic shit.
Absolutely, that's the thing, and it's so. Now, when the Sonics come back, we're going to be ticket holders, and it's going to be Sonic everything. Exactly. I'm not missing a game. And that's what I mean. When it comes back, you got to. So why, like I tell the people, why we're here, that's why we want good coaches, we want good administrators, we want good teachers, we want to, and we kind of want to coach some of, that's why you're here, that's why, like the drills you did today. I was like, okay, that's back to what we used to do.
That's what you taught me.
And it was just like, okay, sometimes we got to step out of our suits and get back into, hey, man, and Siobhan and them guys, well, why don't you just get back and coach? I don't have I don't have it anymore. Not I don't think that I could do anything. I just don't have the will to, it's not my passion no more. My passion is to make sure that the kids, the parents Let's get what they need. And now let's bring some of these health. Let's bring the health. Let's bring the mental health things. Let's get these. We're the ground zero for everything.
Yeah.
We're ground zero for all these gang initiatives that there ain't no money coming down here.
Yeah.
Get them early. Why are you paying for something that when they turn out somewhere to bring the money down here and bring those same resources down here where they can win at an early age?
Yeah.
No matter, it don't got to be the CD.
Yeah.
Money's going out everywhere. The rent ranges, it could be air, it could be all these places. The first place they should be looking is where all the kids are at.
Exactly.
Ground zero.
Right here.
You got ground zero. You got all them girls down there that need mentors, and that's kind of, why I have issues with my frats. Because they need to see. They're seeing gang banging. They're seeing dope dealing. They're seeing shit that's on the phone that's distracting and turning them to a evil way. And it's just like, you guys. That's why we want my deltas, my sigmas, all the Qs, and all these guys to come down here and let them see working professionals.
Yeah.
Because that's why your daughter's going to school all year long. That's why my daughter's at LEAP. That's why, you get what I'm saying? We got to take them to the kick when we bring that to this.
You ain't never lied. That'd be good. Something that all these kids would love to see. They love it when we bring guests in, like you said, the mayor shows up, or the firefighters and policemen and all that stuff like that.
Like he's coming back.
Yeah.
He just got drafted. We things like that. That warms my heart. Because we have, cats that made it.
Yeah.
Cats that's on TV doing. And him giving it, that just warmed my heart. He was like, man, I'm a CD Panther.
Shout out to me.
I ain't had my touch. That's the first touchdown I scored since the CD Panthers. Shout out to the CD Panthers.
It's classic right there, man.
Yeah, but those relationships are, to me, the relationships are the best thing. I'm a relationship guy.
Yeah.
Like Ace's dad, Misha's dad is my tax guy. Yeah, he does me and my wife's taxes, man. He's our CPA, and it's those relationships. He's like, bought Coach Ed. I think he bought them some uniforms and all kinds of stuff. So stuff comes back. The second part of it is getting these businesses not strong arming these businesses, but if you're gonna be around us, why not
contribute? I agree, man. And with that kind of, coming full circle, like with all the community efforts and all the things that's going on around us, like what is something that you would tell, people who would want to think about bringing their kids to CD, the organization and like what they would get? Like what would you tell them? Like if someone's like, hey, I got a son, I'm looking for a team, where should I bring him? Like what would you say to them about that? What kind of experience would they have?
Well, the experience is a legacy experience. One, when you're tied like your son's at Odette, right? That's tied into a legacy. He's going into something that's already established. This is the standard. Yeah. This is the neighborhood, and sometimes, and I love it. I really love it when South End cats come and bring their kids over here, man, and they get to really experience, man, we're all in the same thing. You know what I mean? And we got a bunch of those people down here. So, I mean, the legacy part of good coaching, great administration, great people who care about the kids, and it ain't no different from nobody else. It's just, like I said, this is the only show in town. It's the only show in Seattle. So, with that being said, you're going to be in the city. You're going to play city football.
Yeah.
And down here, but the funny thing is when kids do something or they was something, first thing they come running up to me, and they'll start running up to you. Coach, tell them I was the...
Yeah,
it wasn't true. He said he scored such and such a... Yeah, he actually did. Yeah. I told you.
That's the funniest conversation.
So, yeah, those are the funny conversations, but they're like the Seattle media having the press clippings and all those good
huge.
things, and huge things that we used to have, like the Facts used to do, you know, where they keep that stuff forever, man. You know,
I still got all my clippings, man. I mean, everybody looking at Wednesday or whatever Monday it come out, everyone's looking there because that's one of the good things that that we have, with the Facts or something with the Medium. Shout out to them guys.
Yeah, but that was kind of why before the Medium came around, that was a lot of people know me for taking pictures.
Yeah.
And that was the thing. I'm a big document. I document our history.
Yes, sir.
Kids coming down here, kids playing action shots. I was like, well, how in branding, how can I get somebody? They're like, ooh, okay, well, now you look at the CD Panther page, everybody's page is like, well, it's kind of like that.
Trying.
But it's just like we have all these, we want to document our history. I damn near have all the tapes from 96 till I stopped coaching. So from different kids to different games, championship games, I got our history. It's just like one day I know I got to get with somebody, and I don't want to be like Mr. Ahern, what he did with Garfield's tapes. He had all Garfield. I don't know. Mr. Ahern was an old day legend, but he was a Garfield legend too. And he had all of Garfield's track. When I was in high school, that's where I started picking up the camera. I used to record all this stuff, and I was like, ooh, he's onto something. And when he passed, I asked his wife, well, where's all the tapes? She was like, well, I donated all the tapes. I don't know where. Basically, she wasn't giving them up.
Oh, okay.
I have all the tapes of from the Tony Rodens to anybody that was Devon Piggott, Donnie, all these kids that ran around here that I got their tapes, like Brandon Sanchez. So yeah, man, that's right. That I have to get with somebody. I think I was talking to my buddies. Shout out to the morning show, my guys, Akil and Evan. We're probably gonna do something. I don't know. Even shout out to my homeboy Proof.
Yeah, I mean, you figure something out. Because you literally got a whole documentary right there.
I got a whole documentary that when I look at it. Yeah, when I look at it, I'm just like, when am I gonna do something with this?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have to do something. That's my goal.
Yeah, put that in motion, man.
Well, yeah.
You're not to Converge, man. One of them people, they always down.
Yeah.
Talk to somebody, because that's something that I think should definitely be like how they just did for the Rotary. Like, you have all the tapes, which is crazy, and like all the little stuff that's probably in between the games and the talking, like that stuff could be used.
I got all that. I got shout out to Miss Deborah. You don't know who she was.
I've seen her.
She was the one that was on
the mic. She was here when I was
okay, yeah.
She was out here on the megaphone, man.
God bless her. I don't know where she's at. If anybody knows where she's at, please let her get in contact. I would love to talk to her. These are the people that I talk about are the framework of what made this thing go and to keep this thing going. So that's why it's important for me to be here and we're the next comfortable people to like, okay, because I want to be Mr. Jackson. I want to pull up in the car. I know you want to pull up, Siobhan, Shalea, Nina, and these guys, pull up and be like, we had a segment in this.
Yeah.
We kept the bridge going. Terrell, shout out to T. Basie.
Yeah.
Jeremy and Trina and all these guys that helped behind the scenes and Mrs. Jackson in the concession stand. I wish I would have been just around there recording everybody, but those are the ones. Those are our founding members who we want to keep their tradition going, and later on it'll be our tradition that they keep going. Yeah, so you're in it now.
Man, I'm loving every second of it. I ain't going nowhere, man.
Right.
Man, this has been probably like one of my favorite interviews. Like, we're a half hour in. I'm gonna keep everything.
We ain't even talk about it.
We ain't talking about not one game, which is crazy. Not one experience during the game.
So Rainier Ravens, if that's what you want to know, what was your game where it was just like we have to compete? It was Rainier Ravens easy. It was Matt's team. It was those guys were the standard, man, and it was just like when those games came, what brought the fire out of me, and it was just like competing and beating those. And I'm glad you guys had an opportunity because I never beat them guys. All those close games, it was always 6-0 overtime. It was
1 point this,
1 point this, 1 point that. So yeah, it was just like, you know, the standard of stepping your game up. And that's where you get your bones from. That's where you get your respect from.
Right.
When you go against all these teams that have all these guys, and it was like nothing greater than being on the field talking shit to the other coach on the other side, telling him you're not going to get nothing. And then having your guys talking shit, but really what I was doing was pumping those guys up. And they were like, okay, we can really do that. So yeah, it was psychological. It was a sight game. But I had, those were, without getting into it, the Rainier Ravens, easily. And before that, it was Rainier Green. We played Rainier Green and White before the Ravens came.
Yeah. I remember seeing the Renton. When I first started out here, there was Renton Ranger games.
Yeah, shout out to Renton. Renton Rangers had. Yeah, it was bad. It was you had to bring it, man. It was those Renton Ranger teams. They had, like I said, everybody had segments, right, where they were just unstoppable. Yeah. And then we would get back to Rainier Beach. Rainier Beach had a run. And this is how I gotta argue with my, because I'm a history buff. Rainier Beach, when we used to play them in the back on the duck field with the duck shit in the back, you guys wasn't hanging with us. Okay, it was, you know, maybe the older guys, but yeah, the younger guys we used to. And then when Rainier Eagles disbanded, and they didn't want to go to the Tacoma League, and they went out there to Rainier Beach. It was Rainier Beach and Rainier. That was air before air came. Like it was, you had teams that had undefeated, unscored on seasons, not undefeated. It was unscored on. You weren't cracking them codes. So everybody had runs, man. And on top of that, you know, Kevin Hightower. And
Benson.
Yeah, no. When he was with Rainier Beach.
Oh yeah.
He was giving me problems. Oh man, it was. Yeah, I took my lumps too, and it was just you had to get that. We wasn't ready when we came back. I remember it was down here, and that was like I'll never get beat like that again. They had us there. They beat us. It was halftime, 33-0 down here. Now that was, and for me, nobody really questioned like, what are you doing? Now it was just, and it was like from there, we got to get to this level.
Yep, self-motivation.
That's why I was always hard on you guys. Nah, man, it's here. Nah, man, it's here. This is where we got to be. I've seen the light. I've been to the light. So, yeah, man.
That's dope, man. Like I said, you need to get that down. Like all the stuff you were just talking about, I mean, if you could put that thing on film, it'd be like, especially for youth football here in Washington and the legacy that you've documented, which most people don't have. Like that needs to be seen.
Sometimes if you look on our CD Panther page, I'll sneak a game on there every now and then.
To continue some things on there, man.
Well, you see the 89er game when we played Super Dave and those guys, King and us, me and King was on the other team with Elgin and Super Dave, and we beat them guys in the championship, and we both had the same damn jerseys. We had to go borrow Shoreline's raggedy jerseys. They were their practice jerseys of playing the championship. Oh, wow. And yeah, man, it was special. It was special, man.
Man, this is, like I said, this has been great. This has been everything I expected and hoped for. I'm glad everyone's going to get to see, you know, everything that you've talked about and hear about it. Like I said, you're like a walking history book, especially for the CD Panthers and the Central District itself. So from myself and everyone else, I just want to say thank you. But I want you to give yourself, or give out your thanks to people who've helped you along the way, kind of like molded you and made, Mr. Terell Elmore.
Well, like I said, I'm not saying it's my idol, Mr. Jackson, for even giving me the confidence for even giving me a team. I remember we had Gary Payton's team, and it was so much controversy in that. It was just that was supposed to be my first head coaching job, and it was so political with that. So we hung around, and and then we finally got our own team. Me, Chris, and Didda been around here for a long time. As much as I'm messing with Didda is just as important to the CD Panthers because he brings CAY to the fold. He was believe it or not, you see him around here crawling. Macklin was a problem around here, man. Macklin was one of them kids that was, okay, I gotta wait till the next game to see Lil Macklin. Macklin was that guy, and he brings a lot of that too. Much as he's behind the scenes, But I would like to thank Mr. Jackson once again. I would like to thank really the Carter brothers for even giving me the opportunity, because if they wouldn't have given me the opportunity, I wouldn't have. And for them letting me do even the halftime shows. And even morphing in, man, you're doing great with that, and giving me the confidence to do that. And of course, it's been a long road with, just the people that are not here no more. All the coaches that have passed. What is my guy's name? I can't even. Anyways, the kids have passed, the coaches have passed, and I just said my family. It was a struggle. It was really a struggle. I think Nina gets it now.
Yeah.
It was always that eternal fight that we need you, and it was just like.
Now she's out here like you.
Yeah, that's and I'm glad that right there is probably one of the best things that's happened to us is her understanding now. Now she understands.
Yeah.
And she's like, I can't leave this field. I can't. I was like, that's what I was talking about.
Exactly right. That's dope.
So
man.
shout out to my wife. Love you. Thank you for coming down. Thank you for believing in. Sometimes I question myself. Hold on, this is my daughter. Hold on. Yeah. So, just, and then really my whole thing, like I said, not to be long-winded, I want to see this thing continue.
Sir.
That's it. And that's your job. That's Nina's, Siobhan, they've been doing a good job, but not take this for granted. I'm going to tell you guys that, and I tell them that. Don't take this for granted. I've seen all franchises leave that just because we're the CD, it was just because we were the Rainier Ravens, just because we were the Beacon Hill Cowboys, just because we were SWAC, just because we were Rainier Beach. It could all, Rainier Ravens, Rainier Heat, it could all go. Don't take it for granted.
Will not.
That's why we want to bring resources. What can we offer? Like Eric can offer you training during the whole season, travel, all that. I want to bring human resources down here, man, where these people can benefit. So that's the goal.
Sure. I appreciate your time, and thank you for everything you've done for our community, man.
I thank you, and I thank all the people, man, that have let me on their sidelines, give me love, and sometimes my friends like, man, you're the such and such, and you don't really realize it.
Exactly.
Sometimes people are like, okay, yeah. But I appreciate all the other teams that even doing pictures and let me be on their sideline. I appreciate the respect that has been given to me. I don't take it for granted. Thank you guys. Love you guys.
Thank you.
Peace.